Force Blue is a proud partner in the NAUI Green Diver Initiative.
So we picked up Terri yesterday, and we're gonna take her in this morning to the CT scan. We gotta get there before the humans use the CT and see what's going on the inside. With any luck, there's not too much to report and we can move forward.
Well, we come in the dark of the night to the human hospital. The hospital has been amazing to the Turtle Hospital, another great partner in the community. It takes all that to make this work. What the CTs do is give the veterinarians a diagnostic tool that they can find that internal tumor much sooner. Unfortunately, if they have internal tumors, there is no way currently to fix them and they're humanely euthanized.
I mean, I've worked in plenty of places where we didn't have CT scan for humans, so it's pretty neat to have one for turtles.
Breathe in. Hold your breath. Breathe.
Okay, nothing big and obvious. Yeah. Of course, we'll go back, the veterinarians will look at it hard, but just the first look, nothing really damning yet.
We're looking for turtles and we're catching turtles. We're gonna have 2 spotters in the tower and 1 spotter right on the bow. The Florida Keys is a hotspot for sea turtles. We have 6 species, but the iconic species is the green turtle. We once had green turtles that were super abundant. They declined almost to the point of extinction. They're coming back now. They're protected, but now they have a different suite of problems. They have a different set of modern problems: water quality, boat strikes, entanglement.
The sea turtle tells us the health of the ocean, and the ocean tells us the health of the planet. And so we have these few species that we can really look at that will tell us what's going on in the environment. Is it healthy? And I don't think people make that connection that if you have a bunch of unhealthy animals in the environment, then that's not good for people either.
It's been 2 years now since Force Blue has been operational. Our efforts to study the sea turtle population of the Florida Keys, I think, may prove to be one of the most memorable missions we'll ever go on. These creatures are really the sentinels of the entire ocean community. As they go, so goes the health of our reef. It's going to help set a path to understanding the entire ecosystem.
Sea turtles have survived our planet for over 200 million years. We owe it to the oldest animal on the planet to help them survive. They need to survive us.
The turtles, believe it or not, don't want to be captured. We'll see them and they'll typically startle and start to swim away. And our goal is to follow them, stay close behind them until they start to tire out a little bit. They're pretty fast little suckers.
Sure there'll be a learning curve?
Oh, it's fun.
Coming up left, right across the front of the bow. I got it. Missed him. 1.2. Yeah. Right here, right here, right here. 1.5. We're getting deep. You really got to stab.
We're turtle wranglers. We've never done this before. We were like rodeo riders, and these guys are herking and jerking and freaking yanking and baking, and we're trying to make it happen.
They're incredibly fast. They turn much faster than any boat, and they're quite smart. They know exactly how to evade us.
He may come up for air. He's coming up! He's coming up!
We were all in the hunter-warrior mindset, yet we were hunting to protect and to study and to treat.
He's coming up, he's coming up!
Oh, he turned! Oh my God, he just missed him!
Corner, corner, bow.
You got it!
Incredibly difficult. There's forces at play, the variables are hard to control. They're extremely agile and impressive animals, for sure. Indescribably difficult.
Nice hit! Nice hit!
Nice shot, Rudy! Nice shot!
We're good, nice shot.
This is a job that requires teamwork. It requires dedication and passion. And luckily we have just the people for the job.
We got a green turtle here, really robust, so we'll be taking blood, ultrasound measurements, heart rate, skin biopsy for genetics, all different things to learn as much as we can about this animal.
Understanding sea turtle health in Florida can help us understand sea turtle health all over the world. And my hope is that what we're doing is setting an example for people to do their own studies in other places.
They're donating their time. They don't know it yet. But when they come into us, we're gonna maximize the efforts. The goal is 30 sea turtles. So why are we sampling so many sea turtles? Because we want what we're doing to be scientifically significant.
Get him? Yep, you got him.
You got him.
Watch out, guys. Coming down.
That's the turtle we wanted to see.
All right, that's just the one we want. Hey, little one.
The primary focus of the turtle mission was on FP, fibropapillomatosis, a disease that the green turtles are afflicted with all over the world.
And it's these horrific tumors that grow and take over the soft tissue on sea turtles. They debilitate them to the point of blindness, not allowing them to swim. If we looked in the mirror and saw these tumors on ourselves that we were getting out of our waters, people would certainly pay attention.
Once we started catching turtles, we found out that 50 to 70% of them had tumors. It intrigued me, but it pissed me off because it's preventable. We're doing something to the environment. There's something about that changes you.
This is exactly the type of turtle we're looking for. These papillomatous tumors, they occur on the skin, on the eyes. You can see this turtle has it on both of her eyes. If they have tumors occluding their vision, they can't see to feed or avoid boats, and so we do see a higher number of boat strike turtles from this area that have FP.
A lot of what we experience here is like Force Blue team members, it's contextual. You know, like you can read about a turtle, you can read about fibropapilloma, understand it in a knowledge base, but the wisdom comes from holding a turtle that's compromised by FP. That tenderness comes from pain. You know, like if you've ever been injured, you can identify with that pain and suffering. You realize it's a sentient being. You know, you realize that it's looking at you and you're looking at it, you know, and it's scared to death. There's a connection there that's very real to living organisms. And that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. You know, being a part of this team, being a part of these projects gives us the wisdom to be able to speak with conviction about it.
This is Terri.
You have done that, Nia.
Terri the turtle.
We're going Terri.
Terri, yeah.
We think that we can help this animal by taking it into rehabilitation. So it's going to go to the turtle hospital, and their specialty is in treating turtles that have these tumors.
The blood itself, it just wasn't thick. It didn't look normally healthy. You know, the viscosity was very thin.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of fat in it. When you could see the froth, there was nothing.
Nothing.
in it.
Okay. Terri was very quiet and still, which is not normal for a wild animal to be after transport and being caught. Took radiographs, nothing damning on there. Took blood again, ran that. Very scary. Pack cell volume of 3. A healthy turtle is going to have a pack cell volume of over 25. So this animal was very sick.
We are catching Coasty. She's going to be the donor for our blood transfusion.
So Coasty is being really generous today and donating blood for Terri. A girl! He's got some good rich blood, and our hope is to put that good rich blood into the recipient, Terri, and get her better.
The scientists, the marine biologists, everybody that we're involved with are much more similar than people would assume. They're mission-driven, they're selfless in the things that they do. That attitude about serving something larger than yourself, it's almost like affirmation that I feel I'm in the right place.
These turtles here, it almost feels like they know they're going through a crisis too. Those turtles are just like us. I mean, my people. I mean, these people. I mean, these people. And I got a chance to do something for him.
This is an arena that I have no part of, you know. Being able to learn to understand these turtles and just kind of marvel at them, have hands-on contact with them and put them back in a position where they can enter their world again. This is really an amazing experience.
I didn't really ever used to think about turtles that much, but after this week, they're pretty impressive creatures. I just grabbed onto his shell and brought it up to the surface. Built some confidence up after that. Makes you feel good.
There's no choice but to form an attachment, to see they're scared and then later comforted by the work that we're doing. You can't help but feel an empathy. You can't help but feel responsible to do everything that you can to help out.
It's an empowering feeling to help an animal For me, as a veterinarian, the goal has always been to help people through helping animals. It's just amazing to see Force Blue having that connection.
It shows people that regardless of your background or political affiliation or anything, that you can work together to accomplish the same mission.
I guess at first I thought working with Force Blue would allow us to work with some physical superheroes. But I realize now that it's much more than that. I mean, they are emotional superheroes. I mean, I love catching turtles with them. I love talking turtles with them. I love talking turtles with anybody. But I like learning about their lives and how their lives led them to where they are now. It's inspiring in every way.
One of the things I struggled with in the military was not sharing my experiences with my family. And, Oz, any person with special needs, they kind of represent a significant aspect of innocence. This means everything to him. Whenever I'm dead and gone, he's going to be able to sit and remember this. And I hope that he has the ability to articulate it to people. He's nonverbal, but the dude's the mascot of Force Blue. That's what I want to provide for my son, is community.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, good job there, Turtle Wrangler. Turtle savior, scientist, man of mystery.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my greatest hope for the future is that people will come to realize the connections they have to sea turtles, to our oceans, to each other. I think those connections will allow us to live in a cleaner planet and live longer, more healthy lives, more meaningful lives.
That service and that self-respect and dignity that I had from the Marine Corps, no challenge, no adventure, nothing has filled that space until Force Blue.
It's so nice to see people care to the same level that I do, and to see people get inspired. The reason that I get out of bed every single day is really sea turtles. I've really seen a turnaround in a lot of cultural perspectives about ocean conservation, and I feel like the sea turtles are such great ambassadors. We should have hope about that.
This is our planet, and it's our way of life, and it's our economy, but we're also worrying about it for the next generation. Whenever you have advocacy organizations and then you have veterans, it's an amazing partnership.
My favorite part is their resiliency. If anybody ever asks me one word to describe them, it's that. They go through so much and they're able to survive that. I think that's what makes them so special to people.
I think resilience is maybe the word that most defines this collaboration. You have the oldest living creature on the planet fighting to live. And they're not quitting, they're not giving up. There's a real connection there. That's what Force Blue is all about, not giving up. Not saying, woe is me. That is resilience.
To heal ourselves, we have to heal others. We identify with things in distress, and we're willing to fight for them. But in the camaraderie and in the process that we're involved in, that's healing.
Force Blue is a proud partner in the NAUI Green Diver Initiative.